Oh, you don't make every shot. Hey, what's up there, ladies and gentlemen? It's me, Luke, with the Viking boys. Today, we're gonna talk about rental properties and some of the things that you can do to really maximize your profits while owning them. So over the last few years that Jake and I have owned rental properties, we have picked up on a few things that, really help push your profits and a few other things that will really detract from your profits. So one thing that Jake and I have recently started doing to really maximize our profits on our rental properties is to start furnishing them. I know it sounds a little bit crazy, but by simply just buying some pieces of furniture and putting them into our properties, it has made a world of difference. We have one property that has no business making anything more than $1,000 a month. It is a studio, it is 325 square feet, and we fully furnished it. But if we were not gonna be fully furnishing it, like I said, we would have been around 1,000. And instead, we decided to bump it to 1,400, like I said, fully furnished to just see how it goes. We got 4 applications back in the first 2 days at $1,400 for 325 square feet. That is mind-blowing. Think about that. To be able to make an extra $400 per month, that is an extra $4,800 over the course of a year. Guys, we're talking about making an extra 40% on a given rental property. If you could make an extra 40% on every rental property by just putting, a few pieces of furniture in there and calling it good, it's pretty insane. Now, I'm not saying you can make an extra 40% on every property. That's just this property itself. But again, if you can spend maybe, say $1,000 to $1,500 on furniture, because again, you don't have to buy nice, expensive furniture for your rental properties. You could go to Goodwill or you could go to Facebook Marketplace and, find people that are selling furniture that are moving, and you can still find some pretty nice stuff. They're not going to be asking for top dollar for this stuff. You should be able to get couches, you should be able to get TVs, bedding, mattresses, chairs, stuff like that for very inexpensive. Well, maybe not bedding. You could buy new bedding. I don't think you really want to be rolling around on, bedding that Jim was rolling through and doing all kinds of weird stuff in. Get your bedding new. On second thought, that's a better idea. Yeah, you don't know if Jim was, rolling around with bed bugs or if he had a bunch of cats or maybe a couple ferrets, and you just don't let your mind wander. It could take you to a weird place. Just stay away from that place. Back to what we were talking about originally. So if we're going to be renting this place out for $1,400 and we're going to be making about $5,000 a month on our Airbnb for the main house, we're going to be bringing in about $6,400 a month. $6,400 a month is pretty impressive. So that's going to basically be somewhere in the ballpark of about the difference between a 14% cap rate up to about a 15.5% cap rate. So what that basically means is that we are making 1.5% more money just from that extra furniture that we've invested into the property. Okay, tip number 2. The other thing that will make a big difference with being able to really maximize your rental properties is being open to signing, say, 2, 3, maybe 4 to 6 month leases. So a lot of people obviously are just looking for, a year lease. Some people even want to get locked in for a 2-year lease. But if you are open to signing 3-month leases, I get it. It's a lot more inconvenient because you got to do more paperwork. You got to kind of vet more, more potential people that are staying there. But they are willing to pay a lot more money for only staying for 3 months, and then let's say leaving it open-ended with going month to month after that. The reason is because you're kind of giving them the flexibility and the freedom to be able to say, hey, I'm not sure where I'm going to be in 3 months, so I've got a place locked up now, and then after that I can go month to month. Otherwise, they're going to be looking on, say, Airbnb, or they're going to be looking on VRBO, and most places are not going to give them 3-month rates. They're going to be paying nightly rates and maybe weekly rates, and so they're not going to be able to get a great deal on the property that that you're going to be able to give them a good deal on, even though it might not seem like a great deal. Like, so for example, we're going to be renting our place out for $1,400, but if you think about it, for someone who's going to be looking for an Airbnb, $1,400 a month for them is a steal, because they're used to paying, you know, say $80 or $90 a night for a small studio like that. And they have to renew every single night, night after night after night. Where if they can come in and say, I've got this place locked down for the next 3 months now at $1,400, it gives them a little bit of peace of mind, and it gives them the flexibility like we were talking about. Tip number 3, when you're listing your rental properties, don't just list it with a realtor on MLS. That's a great idea, and I absolutely love realtors and nothing bad against them at all. But the other thing that's nice is that if you do list them on places like Craigslist, and if you do list them on Facebook Marketplace, you're going to open the door to that many other people that are not just working with a realtor or with an agent. These are people that maybe don't know everything there is to know about real estate, and they may think that if they hire an agent, they're going to be having to pay them a fee up front for finding them a place, which is not true. But these are going to be people who could be, business professionals. We make sure that we say that in our listings is, hey, great spot, fully furnished for a traveling business professional, right? A lot of good people for this is going to say are going to be traveling nurses. So guys, keep in mind, it is so important to maximize the rents that you can get on your properties. That is why you bought these properties. They are income producing, right? So to push your rents as high as you possibly can go, and as high as you can possibly get, is the smartest thing you can do. You're buying these for cash flow. Do you want $1,000 coming in every month, or do you want $1,400 coming in every month? Again, these are small little things that can really change the end goal for your pocketbook. Tip number 4. This is another very small thing, but keep in mind that if you do decide to include the utilities in the rent, it makes it very attractive for these people as well. If you can say, hey, we're going to include internet, we're going to include, say water and trash, things like that, it gives them less to worry about. So someone, again, who's traveling, they don't want to have to turn on utilities. They don't want to have to get all this stuff transferred into their name. Now, again, you don't want to make sure they're not taking advantage of that. But again, it's something that you can definitely use to really push them, to push your rents as high as possible. Now, keep in mind, this will push your expenses up though. So if you are not looking for that, then don't do it. If you are going to do it though, make sure that you do ask for more on the rental, the application, again, to just make sure that you're making up for that. If you're looking for any other tips or recommendations for rental properties and how to maximize them, just drop your comments down below again. I would love to help you out. I'm here for you, okay? Mi casa es su casa.